ground boss apparently was checking every fucking thing that was hit. Yeah, the head cook up there, and he was here.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You join us back at the back of the shack where we're recovering from a bad case of helium jitters. There was a very strong danger we'd be blowing in last night, but due to engineering, logistics and general fuckwittery, that didn't happen. So yeah, this morning's inquiry is, where is all the fruit gone, who's got the chocolate biscuits, and how can we make them ours? Looking into the fridge, apparently we have bananas and grapes, which is not entirely what we wanted, but I'm sure they'll all get eaten. So yes, after being in the hot seat first to dive yesterday, I find myself first to dive again today, and nothing has changed. Apart from, we got news of our friend today, who apparently has developed 7 self-tapping screws into his foot. And yeah, take a look at the picture. That doesn't look comfortable, does it? No. So poor old Troy. We'll have a look at that later. In the background, the lower orders are amusing themselves by looking at all the gentle pictures they can find on the internet. This seems to be their thing for the day. Whereas the senior lot, myself included, are sitting there trying to drink as much tea as possible and do as little work as possible. Outside on the jacket, let's go and take a look and see what's happening. We have some gentlemen doing something. I wonder if we can possibly zoom in. Of course we can. This technological paradise we live in. Yes, there's some gentlemen over there who are actively tightening something up with a huge torque wrench, and apparently when the time comes, it's my turn to go over there and fart around with some rigging, so that'll be my little thing. Right, in terms of getting ready, what can I do? Already I've stuffed my hat liner inside this horrible Kirby 17C, something like that, and my dive gear's ready. So, let's go for a little wander and see what else is going on. There was huge problems yesterday, because we were supposed to be blowing into SAT, and then they went and changed their mind at the last minute and buggered us about. This happens a lot. There's a lot of bet hedging going on, and if we do this, we can work these people to death, and then we can work these people to death, and then we might even work some other people to death. But it didn't really work out like that, and they kind of cocked it up, and their plan fell apart, as a result of which we didn't get blown into SAT, which was no problem at all. Our time will come. But it is a bit of a faff having to take all your bits and pieces out of the chamber. Oh dear, this is a sad picture. Let's have a look at this. This sad picture is all the engineering, all the clamps and bits and pieces just sitting on the deck. Each of these bits of rusty metal, new rusty metal granted, will have to be taken over to the platform. The platform will have to be cleaned of all the barnacles before they're attached, and measurements taken, taut wires checked, and then probably still be in the wrong place. We have had situations where the diver's gone down there into the place where they want to put this thing, and there's anodes in the way and things that they never knew of before, despite having sent the ROV in to go and have a little look and had all the plans from the very time that this jacket was put in, probably about, I don't know, doesn't look particularly old, about 30, 40 years ago. But yeah, so we're on a bit of a lull at the moment, and soon I'm going to go and do one dive to disconnect something, which is fantastic because that's as hard as taking a shacklebot, hold a tape measure up to something, which again isn't a massively technical exercise, wrap 2 slings around a piece of pipe, attach some come-alongs for later, and that will be my dive. That then gets me to the back of the diving queue, which means I can put my feet up and drink tea and eat biscuits for the rest of the day effectively. I gather we're also going over to the cargo barge to get a boat fender that we're going to pick up. Again, that'll probably be the end of our involvement for the entire day. So yeah, not a bad day all in all, but yeah, just another day offshore. We have actually hit the 45-day mark. Well, not the 45-day mark because we're a bit further past that, but we've hit the 45 video part. I have been boring you good people and existing subscribers with my waffling twaddle for now 45 episodes. We've lost files, we've had copyright problems, but I have also heavily invested the princely sum of about £9 buying the UCut program. I have been putting all these videos together just using the free version, but now I've gone and spent I think it was £9 getting the full program, and we can put more special effects and more captions and more silliness in. I do actually watch a lot of other people's videos to see how they do it, and they put in lots of lovely music, but I keep running aground at copyright bay and YouTube keeps stopping everything off, which pisses me off because as soon as you've uploaded it, they stop it. It's like, oh, it's not viewable in certain countries, which I think is a bit of an idiot's trick, especially if you actually gone and bought the music in the first place. But hey, I'm not a lawyer, I'm just me. But yeah, we'll try and get you some more music and a bit more art and a bit more aesthetics, because it's getting to the point where I can feel myself getting sucked into this horrible world of offshore engineering and dipped in the shit of work. Do excuse me. Which is not what these videos are about. These videos are about understanding and education and finding out what the hell is actually going on out here. So, stick with us as we continue our journey of education, and shall we have a look at some fish? These are garfish or needlefish, and apparently they can be eaten, but they're very, very bony. Gosh, there is a lot of them, isn't there? Apparently their flesh itself has a slightly blue tinge to it, but they're about 1.5 meters long, and will swarm all over the basket in your lights as you come up. So, yeah, little nature moment there. Beautiful, beautiful garfish. Shall we take a closer look? I believe they can be eaten, but they're just not very nice to eat, so we won't bother. Anyway, stay tuned for another episode of What We Do in the Shadows.